Travis Wayne Goodell. So, to fill you in on what's been going on with the assault today to have me silenced, you can find out by watching my videos, being a regular, seeing which videos I do and the responses I do, and the successive videos that come from them. Because these videos are done by inspiration, and the inspiration comes from experiences that I have in my life. So I'll be watching a movie, and okay, I can do a video on that for Mormons. Or I can be thinking about the church, watch the church, look at the church news, so on and so forth. And I get inspired to do videos for you. And if those of you who've been with me for a while will know that when I broke the news about the church's involvement with sex trafficking, the church had a very harsh response to retaliate against me with, as the YouTube Mormon employee was their guardian or avenging angel, shall we say. And so, yeah, again, a few days ago I did the coming out video, coming out of the closet as one who's been sex trafficked. And so I expected a harsh response from the church, because not only am I discussing it from the historical point of view, exposing the church's history of it, but I'm a victim of it. So I know exactly what I'm talking about when I do the history. And I'm able to talk a lot more about the crimes of the church because I'm a victim of the church's crimes in that matter. So tithing, I don't give tithing as a donation. It's required. We all know it's required. And yet, for some reason, James Huntsman told the court, a donation? Do rich people not pay tithing? It's a donation for them? Good God. And so, paying tithing as an 8-year-old kid. I was thinking about Claire Crosby, the cute little girl that sings Gethsemane, and how sad it is that her parents are ones who are indoctrinated into the church by the prophets eventually, whether they're pioneer ancestry or there's some conversion that took place somewhere in their family line. And so she's a little girl, adorable singer, and Gethsemane is awesome, but it's false doctrine. It is not Mormon doctrine. It's Christian. And Christian is white supremacist because of Constantine. And I keep telling, I have no problem with other religions. It's when they lie to me and demand that I accept their lie that I have a problem with. And likewise with the church. If the church would just tell me the truth, that Joseph Smith died, we really didn't want to do Joseph Smith's thing, and so we're doing our own thing. Great. Okay, I'm born and raised in Brigham Young's church that was shut down by the United States for criminal operations and started back up again with Heber J. Grant. But they got to be honest with us. They're not even telling us this stuff. And so that's why I am criticizing the church. I mean, this is criminal. This isn't just, misinterpreting scripture to form the basis for their religion. This is criminal operations that they're abusing scripture for. They're putting the front of scripture and religion and morality and love when they're an evil operation. And so I can't sit by and allow people to be hurt by this. I can't be hurt by this. And so I have to stand up and make a stand and oppose it. And shame on all of you Mormons for not. Shame on all of you critics for not. And for misinforming the public about the lies, because you're not doing your own research. The video I did before was about a woman who had been lied to by John DeLynn about the lies about things, such as Joseph Smith was a polygamist. It's a lie. Joseph Smith was framed as a polygamist. The Danites framed him. It was the Danites who were the polygamists. And they were telling everybody, it's Joseph Smith who approves it. Joseph Smith, he's got wives too. Keep it a secret. Because it's against the law. And so, and D. Michael Quinn saying Joseph Smith is a witch because he was using rocks in a hat. No. Jewish mysticism, you've missed the whole point. That's why it's important when I tell you it's Egyptian gold plates, not golden. But, we're getting skipped today. Good. No eviction for me. Though, dear God, they were trying to silence me. And so, all of these lies I expose. I do the real research. Nobody else is doing the real research. And so, you will get unique information from me, because I'm the one who's doing the research to make the discoveries. And as you can tell, the church isn't happy. And but you've got to be following my videos, otherwise you're not going to understand. Why do you have that backdrop? I don't understand. Why is there noise in the background? Why are you acting like you're sick? Or, because you're not watching my videos on a regular basis. And YouTube finally introduced you to me, and you came to one video, or maybe a few current videos. And so you don't even know that I once misinformed you. I used to tell you that we were going back to Independence, Missouri. Until I found the Joseph Smith papers, in which Joseph Smith says, many of you think this, you're wrong, we're not going back there. That's not where we're going. And so the Danites are the ones who made their headquarters at Adamon-Diamond. And you aren't going to make that connection unless you do your research. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff to research. But, yeah. And so, not only did I come out exposing myself as having been sex trafficked, but I also was, in my counterclaim for the eviction, I notified the court about suspicious activity by our evening supervisor, who was going around with her cell phone during her rounds. And also there was the one who deceived me to put me here. She had commented on one of my videos. And so there's lots of different things coming at the church. And I am reporting everything, because it's been my experience, if I don't report it, I'm a dead man. And so I have to report. I was forced to sue the church in the federal courts to save my life. They tried to assassinate me that summer, and I couldn't be subjected to that ever again. And as evil people do, when you stand up to them, they retaliate, and they victim blame you, saying, oh, you're attacking us, you're trying to destroy us and give us a bad name. No, you tried to murder me. I got the receipts, I got the documents, I got the evidence. Screw you for what you're trying to do to me. They've destroyed my name, destroyed my reputation, they've ruined my life, they've financially destroyed me, they've destroyed my business that I just got incorporated. Instantly destroyed because they're not happy with it. And I went over with you what they were doing when I did incorporate. The state of Utah was not going to let me know that I was incorporated. They held it for 2 weeks. They approved it, stamped it, but didn't send it off. They held it for 2 weeks, and until I notified the court, hey, I'm supposed to have been approved for my corporation by now, but where? And then the next day, hey, we got your stuff. Here you go, because I hired professionals for this, and so the supervisor no longer carries her cell phone. And today she was even escorted by guards. And so I know that they're paying attention. Over the weekend, I'm getting attacked, cyber attacked. The YouTube employee attacks me. I try to upload a video. He freezes the upload. The upload. And so I'm forced to upload the video again. And so today, the video I just did, he froze my video again. This time, he prepared in advance for my anticipated uploading of the video again. And so I went to upload it again. It was the same video. He just uploaded, he had it programmed so that it was the same video that was frozen. But in doing so, it still unleashed it to process. But I still had to delete the original. And this is how evil this church is. Because the federal government, who's investigating my claims, staying my counterclaim, are not coming down with a resolution of a decision that what they need to do. And it's obvious. I've presented the crimes. The church would not be doing any of this if they were innocent. If they were the abused party that were falsely accused, as Nelson sent me the death threat on conference last year. Did that video. And so, yeah, if you're innocent, if you're the good guys, you don't pull these kind of tactics in retaliation to defend yourself. You use the law properly and effectively, and the church won't do that because they're not innocent. They're guilty. I was sex trafficked. I was forced to pay tithing as a kid. We are all forced to pay tithing. And other crimes that are going on in this church as we're turned into white supremacists. We're turned into racists. We go around telling people, oh, you're black because of Cain's curse. That's racist. We're sexist. Oh, well, you're not allowed to have the priesthood because you're a woman. You're just supposed to have babies. We're sexist. You know, LGBTQ. They can do whatever they want. Remember, there's 3 kingdoms of glory. Why are we forcing other people to live the celestial standard? Why is the church? They don't care about civil marriage. Why are they concerned whether LGBTQ get married? They shouldn't if they were the good guys, but they're trying to force morality on other people. It's not a threat to the church because the church still demands that Mormons get sealed in the temple. And the church only has to say, sorry, you're not morally clean. You don't get to go. But you can be civilly married all you want. You know, there's no problem with this. But instead, they have to be bigots. And so with Jews. Book of Mormon says it's Jewish. Joseph Smith says he's Jewish. So what do? we're told he's Christian, that Jesus is our Christ instead of the Jewish Christ of Moses, and the man like Moses prophesied for the latter days. Not Jesus. We are turned into anti-Semites. This is what the church is doing, and it's criminal, and it's abusive, and it's corrupt, and there is nothing good about it. And so all of this stuff about giving money to other people, why aren't they doing it? Oh, it's just too much work. Really? The structure you set up should have handled it. They don't want to. The bishop storehouses. As the church grew, they just expand the bishop storehouses with each stake center. Not complicated. They don't want to. So, yeah, that's the life I'm dealing with. And so I'm having to deal with the hatred of Mormons. Nelson came out in conference and said, stop your abuse. And it's getting worse. They're not stopping, they're escalating. But that's what Nelson does. Because Mormons interpret it differently. And Nelson knows this. They've been brainwashing us for decades. They know what they're doing. They know what triggers us. And that's why he's pushing Jesus Christ lives. That's why he's pushing let God prevail. That's why he keeps pushing covenant path. Because those are interpreted by you in the way that they are not blatantly obvious to somebody who's not Mormon. Because somebody on the outside would go, what the hell? This is a cult group. Not realizing that Joseph Smith talked to angels, talked to the dead, looked at a rock and a hat with rocks in the hat. That's all witchcraft. But the church turned it into literal history. And so that's why D. Michael Quinn wrote what he wrote. But D. Michael Quinn's wrong. It's Jewish mysticism. It is not witchcraft. There's a difference. And D. Michael Quinn didn't do his research to realize it because he was trying to harmonize his membership in the church with what he was finding. And he couldn't do it correctly. He botched his research. He botched his publications. And that's why I'm the only one who's doing it right. So, that's what I've been faced with. Today, they tried to silence me and ban me using my laptop. Because you know very well what's needed for my laptop. So does the church. And so, yes, again, I'm having to defend myself. That's what I'm having to do, always on the defensive. I will never go on the offensive because I'm not the bad guy. I'm always having to defend myself against the evils of this church. And I go through the law, and the law is not doing their job. And so I'm suffering because of the negligence of the government. Yay. But I am fully justified, according to the law of Moses, to take action into my own hands. But then they would just complain, oh, he's a terrorist. See, we told you.